All right, and we're live. Hi, everyone. I am Brittany, the Cosmic Lunar Soul. Welcome to my channel. I have with me Luna, and I also have Priscilla from A Life Full of Simplicity. So today we're doing the hashtag Thankful Tarot tag by at Crescent Dream.
Crescent Dreams Tarot. That's Livy.
Yes.
They're from Crescent Dreams Tarot.
Crescent Dreams Tarot.
Yes.
It's hard to say anything other than moon after crescent for some reason. So it's like breaking my brain a bit.
Yeah, I love their channel. I subscribe to them. They're great.
Yeah, so I have the link to her video in the description. So if anybody wants to watch it, feel free.
Oh, their pronouns are they, them. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So their video is like down below.
Hi, Cozy Core. Cozy Core.
Hi, Tara.
All right. Let's go through. So there are 8 prompts, all different things that we're like thankful for. Number 1 is, what about tarot and cartomancy in general are you thankful for?
Yeah. So, well, based on like Livy's video, they were talking about how like they're thankful about their practice and how like that developed and things like that. And then I was really thinking about it in terms of me, and sure, I'm thankful for my practice, but I'm more thankful for like, I guess, a sense of like community. I feel like the tarot community, there's like so many great people in this community. You get to know so many great people, meet so many great people, and you get to learn from so many great people as well. I feel like I've definitely grown from learning from other YouTuber tarot tubers and whatnot. And I feel like my practice has definitely developed from learning from others. And I guess having that sense of community is what I'm particularly thankful for in that sense. What about you?
Yeah, I'm pretty similar too. So I appreciate the community as well. So I don't want to like harp on that. But another thing that I'm grateful for is like how tarot has like helped me be more mindful about the things that I do. And like I have like a tool that is more physical, that's outside of myself, that I can use as like,
love that,
a sanity check, or just a check-in with myself, because it's not until like this year that I really feel like I have the tools that I need to journal confidently, because before it was like, oh, I'm just like writing my thoughts down in this book. It feels weird. So I feel like tarot is that nice like bridge between those things.
Yes.
And it's helped me sort of process how like it, and it's helpful too when I'm doing readings for other people or watching other people do readings. It helps me like process through different situations. I'm like, oh, okay, I can see how that relates to stuff that's going on in my own life, or just in the world in general. So I'm really appreciative of, I would say divination in general, but obviously tarot and oracle are what I do the most regular. But yeah, so that's what I'm.
And I definitely have seen, like, I definitely feel like I have seen that you've grown a lot when it comes to journaling. You definitely feel more comfortable, I think, with journaling and putting your thoughts down. So
with even just the idea of doing it, because before I was just like, ugh.
I know, I know. But also getting creative with it, with like your junk journaling, for example. That's like
and it's like being able to combine all those things. And I definitely, I mean, I wouldn't have gotten into junk journaling if I hadn't been doing like tarot and stuff, because I wouldn't have cared about journaling at all.
True.
So, so yeah, I'm definitely grateful in that regard. But of course, I do want to also emphasize, I think the community is really helpful as well. All right. Number 2. Where is it? Here we go. Number 2. What's an old deck you're thankful for?
Do you want to guess?
Are you gonna say Earth, Moon, and Shadow?
No.
Okay.
But another one that I talk about often.
Is it the White Newman?
Should I just show it?
Yeah. Oh, I should have known.
Come
What?
on.
I know. Listen,
When have we ever done a tag where I have not actually talked about this tag in some form?
I should have known. I did not have any coffee today, so I'm gonna blame it on the coffee or lack thereof. But
Horrible. Horrible. Yeah. So this is
yeah,
the
surprise.
Wild Unknown tarot. This
I'm so
is
surprised.
this is my oldest tarot deck. This was my first tarot deck and my oldest tarot deck. And of course, I had to. This is
There's
my
something, oh, and also I feel like if you have a successful first deck, there's something that is
yeah.
irreplaceable about a first tarot deck,
100%.
right?
100%.
So that compounded on top of the fact that you are just lost in the sauce with like anything Kim Krantz, then
Yes.
it's just like I
Kim
should have known
Cra-
better.
Kim Kranz is literally where it's at. Love it. This is the full size. I have the mini because we know
You have
mini.
all of them. Like you
I
don't even
have
need to
I have
preface.
all I literally have all of them. Yeah. I even have the mini archetypes pre-ordered already for next year. I'm so
Oh
excited.
wow.
It's gonna be in a tin, guys. It's gonna be in a round tin. I'm so excited.
I might consider getting the mini of that just because that sounds really fun.
Yeah, do it because it's gonna be great, I think. But
Thank you,
yeah.
Luke. Oh, and
Yes,
guys,
all
you
good.
can join us as well. I meant to say that earlier. Again, lacking
Yeah.
coffee today. If you have things you're thankful for, along with these prompts, share with us. We want to know what
Yeah.
you're thankful for at the end of 2023.
100%,
Yes.
100%. But yeah, so I chose this because it's an old deck. It's like my first deck, my hi Violet. It's my
Hi.
first it's my first deck. It's an old
Yes.
deck, but I love it
First
so
deck,
much.
old deck. I mean, it
And
just
it like
checks all the boxes.
it just has like a special place in my heart when it comes to Terra. I just love this deck so much. So yes, I had to of course mention it. There
Yeah.
I can't do a tag without mentioning the Wild Unknown at least once.
That's true. I should have known better. Like if I was, clocking at 100, I think I would have gotten
Yeah, I
it.
think so too. What about
So
you?
it's actually really funny. We both chose our first decks. Mine
Okay,
is
yeah.
I almost never use this, but it's my Centennial Rider-Waite Smith.
Oh, yeah.
So this was the first deck that I got because everybody's like get a Rider-Waite Smith deck,
Mhm.
and I went through and I was like, oh, the colors are so garish. I don't want
I
to
know.
do this. And then I discovered the Centennial and like how the colors are just nice and muted.
Yeah.
It has this sort of, but it's not as like weathered looking as the antique
Mhm.
versions. So it's
Yeah.
just and the backs are nice and simple. It kind of reminds
Yeah.
me of like playing cards almost. So it was just like the deck that I learned on. A lot of the foundation of my tarot is because of this.
Yeah.
So I just can't, it's it's definitely something I have to be grateful for because it gave me the kick and start into tarot.
It's a great deck. I was really happy when I finally picked up the pocket edition because I have the tin
Yeah.
up right up there.
Yes.
Get really small. Yes, I was really happy when I picked it up, along with the Lenormand, the Pixies Lenormand, because those
I
go
know.
so well
I
together. But
It's funny you say that because I was debating on if I wanted to talk about like Lenormand and my other like divination
oh,
things during my like grateful thing, but I was like, whatever. But I actually kind of want that Lenormand, but I'm not going to
yeah.
allow myself to get any more decks until I actually study and like do
Yeah.
readings with them. So that's my goal for 2024.
Okay, that's good. That's a good goal, actually. I love that.
Yeah. So if I follow suit, I will treat myself to that Pixie Lenormand
Yeah,
because it matches this deck so beautifully.
I know. It really does.
Yeah. So I have to earn it though.
Okay, then earn it. Like a piece of chocolate or something.
It is, yes. All right. So we did an old deck. What is a new deck that you're thankful
Yes.
for?
So well, I get new decks all the time, but
Yeah.
uh, but I chose actually one that I got for my birthday as a gift.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I actually chose the Green Glyphs Lenormand. This is the first edition. I actually got this
Yeah.
from Alana, who is the owner of 3 Degrees of Love Divination.
Mm-hmm.
And she sent me this as a birthday gift along with another tarot deck, an angel deck. And I was thankful for this because I've always really wanted this particular deck, and I
Yeah.
actually filmed my birthday haul yesterday, so I've already went through the deck and I love it so much. I think it'll pair really well with the Modern Hue Tarot, so I'm excited to use them
Oh,
together.
I would love to see that.
But
I got sent the box set, so I don't use the cards outside of the set. I always use them together. So I never thought
yeah,
to do any pairings with them.
yeah, and
So
Alana also got the box set. That's why she sent me this edition because
yeah,
she already had the newer edition, and I guess
yeah.
she didn't want to keep the first edition. She didn't feel like she needed 2 decks, I guess. And I don't know. I was just looking through the colors, and they're all in order. I was just looking through the colors, and I felt like this would pair really well with the Modern Hue Tarot, which I plan
Mm-hmm.
to use when I do my 2024 like wheel of the year spread
Oh yeah.
in my
Mhm.
ritual planner journal because I
Oh,
plan
I
to do
can't
that and
wait for
film
that.
it. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna actually pull card, I think, from this as well as the tarot for it.
Okay.
So yeah,
To
and
like
see how
mirror
they
each
pair.
other.
Yeah, to see how they pair well and stuff together. I think it will be really interesting. There was like so many people cards, which was really cool.
Yeah.
And
And the
then
cross card is different.
yeah,
They
there's
have
2 cross cards.
the
Cross and
cross and the
albatross.
albatross. Yeah.
Yeah. So I decided to keep the cross card in, and then I put the albatross in the
In the
box.
box. I
Um, but yes.
Yeah, this is Luna. She's the star of the show. We can just retire and let her have her
She's
cat
cute.
podcast.
She joins us for live sometimes,
Yes.
and we
She
love it.
likes to be part of the discussion.
So yeah.
I love that Lenormand for you because I want to see. I like that we have when we have similar decks or the same deck, and
Yeah.
I can see how you use it, and it goes back to the being thankful for community. So that way, it gives me
Yeah.
ideas, and especially because Lenormand is weirdly simple, but it's difficult for me because I think,
It's so simple. And I think it might
yeah,
be difficult because sometimes people want to overthink things. And with tarot, like
oh
you can go so deep with tarot,
yes,
right? You can like go in so many different ways. And Lenormand just really wants you to be like, it's it's blue outside. It's gray outside.
yes,
Like it just wants to be like
yeah,
super, super, super limiting and simple. And that's what I love about it. You don't have to overthink
yeah,
it. You just look at it and you're like, okay, it's gray outside. Great. And
yeah.
that's it.
I
And that's
I
all.
think that's the part. Like I want to make it more than it is, and I'm like, stop, stop. So
Yeah. So that's what I really like about Lenormand in that sense. So I'm really happy to finally have this in my collection because I
mhm.
really do love his artwork. It's just so expensive for Canada.
It
Like,
is, it
oh
is.
my god, I was looking at his website and you can put his website in Canadian dollars, and it just is
Yeah,
very scary when you do that. When you do that, because like so many things are like $100, and I'm like, oh,
yeah.
okay, nope.
That's the downside. I know because I got in real early, like really just falling in love with Prismavision stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess Prismavisions is my wild unknown. I'm I'm on the verge of having like everything that they have made actually.
Yeah,
Um
and that's
Minus like
great.
some original editions that I haven't gotten my hands on. But I understand how expensive they are as an indie creator, but I also
Yeah.
really like it, so that's why I'm okay, like shamelessly plugging them. But
Yeah,
I
yeah,
get
of
it.
course.
Don't get me wrong, I get it.
Yeah,
Um, so Luke said his first deck was the Wildwood Tarot, which
yeah.
we knew. um, so he was saying I think it's really forced him to be really like to really decode the cards and tarot
Yeah.
itself. So that's really cool. It's very challenging, I think, to do that when you're just starting out. But
Yeah.
once you
The
kind of
No, keep going.
oh, okay. I was sorry. I was like, once you get a handle on understanding that like those differences, I think it makes it a little more understandable at that point. You can kind of figure things out.
Yeah, I think the Wildwood Tarot has like is it the Wildwood Tarot that has like a year long I don't even remember if it's this or not.
Like a spread or something?
Yeah, there's like I think it's the Wildwood Tarot that has like a year long study thing that you can do with it. I'm trying to
Oh, that does sound familiar. I'm not
mm,
100% sure. Hi,
I don't
Apollo.
know. I can't find it right now. Someone will have to let me know if that's factual or not because I don't even know. But I literally thought that I've seen people talk about how like there's like a year long thing that you can do with the Wildwood Tarot. I'm trying to find the authors because I my mom has this deck
Oh, okay.
in her collection. Um like an extra book or something. Yes. Oh, I just missed it.
And then while you're looking for that,
Yes.
Luke was saying he's thankful for his mood crystal deck.
Yes, I love that deck so much. It's so
Very
good.
pretty.
And yeah, it's something like that, Tara. It's I found it. It's Wild Magic, the Wildwood Tarot Workbook.
Oh God, say that 10 times
Oh my
fast.
god, yeah. That's why I was like, wait, what is what is
Yeah.
that thing? Yeah, and there's also a year in the Wildwood, explore the Wildwood Tarot. So there's actually two.
Okay.
There's
Hi.
two workbooks, but I think one of them is not by the actual creators, and the first one I stated is actually from the creators.
Okay.
So the second
Oh,
one
so
I
okay.
mentioned is a workbook that someone else created.
Oh,
And
okay.
then the
Okay. Okay.
first workbook is actually created by the creators
Like the
of the
official
Wildwood.
creator made
Yeah,
one. Okay.
yeah.
Okay,
So
that's
yeah,
cool.
so I don't know, Luke, if you wanted to like if you wanted this workbook, but it's on Amazon, so check it out.
Gotta love Amazon.
Yeah.
So my new deck that I'm thankful for is the This Might Hurt Tarot. It's I say new because it came into my collection this year, so that's kind of what I was basing new off of.
Yeah.
If I had it for under a year,
Yeah, that makes
um,
sense.
I really love this deck in a weirdly visceral kind of way. And it's funny because every time I pull it out, I'm like, oh my God, I really love this deck. I don't know what it is about it. Um, it's just
I love
something
that
about
deck
like
too.
the energy of it that I just really enjoy. Um, like the, let me just use like smaller piles here, but like the vibrancy of the cards is just
Yes.
so amazing.
So good.
It has like this like depth to it that's just it feels so gorgeous and inviting, like you can just get lost in the scenery, but it is
Mhm.
a quite simple style of art if you
Yeah.
really like think about the spectrum of like tarot, right? So it's actually a quite simple art style, but I love it so much, and it smells good. For any book sniffers out there, this has a really good deck smell.
Yeah. I love that deck too. It's just one of those that I've always wanted even when it was indie. And
Yeah,
when I had found it and before they even announced 'cause me, I always find things before they even announce they're actually coming out mass market, but I found it randomly, it didn't even have a photo. I was like, "Oh my god," and I pre-ordered it without a photo. I'm like, "Fuck it, I don't even care what it looks like,
yeah,
what the box is. I just
yep,
need this in my collection." But I knew, like, Liminal 11, they're pretty consistent with their packaging and stuff like that, but yeah, I was so
yeah.
happy to get it because it's such a good deck.
It
And
is.
a plug for Isabella,
Yeah,
her Lenormand is coming out next year. So
if they created, I definitely want to look at the Lenormand, but if they created a pocket version of this, I'd buy it immediately. I would pre-order it.
yeah, I don't know.
Like
They're not in the pocket game, liminal
they're
running,
not.
so
But
I don't
so
know.
I will say I've traveled with this because I just like this deck that much.
Yeah.
But it is a lot of box. Like there's 2 boxes, and then like there's like this little cardboard insert to make everything even. So traveling, there's a lot of bits and bobs that go into it. But
my advice, if you want to travel with that deck, is not to take the box, is to put the cards in the book in a bag and do it that way. Because that would probably take up less space, in my opinion. But yeah, because that's what I would do if I traveled with that particular deck. I wouldn't take the box with me.
Let's see if you can fit up here. Come on.
Who's joining us now?
Apollo. He's trying. He's like doing a little like, am I gonna jump? Am I not gonna jump? He's thinking. Okay.
So cute.
Let's go on to question 4. This one, and he made it. There we go. You can lay right there. He's a very big guy, so but he doesn't like to lay on my lap. He wants to be
on the desk.
Yes. Stop it. Okay. Question 4. This one was so weird because I kind of don't care about the backs of the cards. So I really just waffled for a while and then finally picked one because I like the colors, but curious what you picked.
Wait, it's a deck back?
Yeah, I thought right? Did I misinterpret that?
I don't know. Now I'm questioning my option. Okay.
Okay. Well, how did you interpret it?
Okay, I read the question. I thought the question was just like a deck that was like a blessing because it's so good. Just like a deck. I didn't see the back part. Now I need to go look at her video to see. I mean their video to see if what the question.
See what they said?
Yeah, I want to see the question again. Though the back of this deck is nice too. I don't know. But now I'm like, wait, what? And I watched this video again yesterday, so I was like, okay.
It's funny though, because when you have it set in your mind about what something means, sometimes things fit into it.
Oops. I did not read that question properly at all. Well, I guess this deck could fit in there as well. The deck back is cool, I guess. It's nothing mind-blowing. I don't know. Do I really even look at deck backs? I don't think so majority of the time. But
not yes and no. I mean,
I totally misread this question. Totally misread. Anyway, I chose the literary tarot.
Okay.
I bought this for my birthday. This was a gift from me to me. And
I love that.
These are the deck backs.
Oh, okay.
So they're
cool.
holographic.
Oh, nice.
Gold foiling. It is gorgeous. You can literally get hypnotized by the back of this deck. Just sitting here going back and forth. I swear to God. It's so cool. There are candles, ink, parchment, paper, and feathers that are supposed to be quills, and then a book in the center. And that is to signify the literary genre of what this deck is about, pretty much, because they renamed the suits to be ink,
they did.
quills, parchment, and what was the other one? Candles. So that's really cool. But it's also a really, really the so good part of this deck. This is literally so good. There's foiling on every single card in the front.
Yeah. I really love that.
And every single card is based on a book. So this is Death. This is based on Dracula.
Yes. I know. I recall you were saying some were more obvious and others you had to look in the book, right?
Yeah. If I'm not familiar with the book itself, then some of them I guessed. Some of them I completely guessed and I got it right.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, okay. Really cool. This one has math on it. I think you'll appreciate this one.
It almost looks like a space station or like they're in
Yeah.
space.
Yeah, it's definitely spacey, space themey, this
Yeah,
one. And I
love it.
don't know if this is a collaborative deck or what, if like there's different artists or what, but it's so
Yeah.
cohesive that I can't even tell if it is or not. That's how
Wow.
cohesive the art is. And it looks absolutely stunning, I have to say. So yeah, it's just like
It is quite lovely.
so nice. I was worried about the shuffling of this because they kind of stick together when you're going like this, so they don't fan properly. I will say
Oh,
that.
okay. So
But I
the
had no
slightly.
issues, no issues
Oh,
shuffling
okay.
at all.
So they're not chunky then. It's just
No,
it's just not a deck you can fan out
exactly.
aesthetically. Okay.
So yeah, I filmed my birthday haul yesterday, so I mixed them yesterday, but
Hmm.
so cool.
Yeah. The Crucible.
Maybe let's see, because I don't even know. Let's see, 10 of ink. Um,
I know
no
like
ink,
4 books in the world, so.
ink. 10 of ink. Let's see. Nope, The Scarlet Letter
Oh, that would have been a
by
good too.
Nathaniel Hawthorne.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, really cool. I do love it very much. And I'm really happy that I was able to bring this into my collection. Here's Moby Dick as the devil.
Aw. I like that.
Me
Okay.
too. It's so good. The pairings are
Yeah,
actually decently good. Like I'm like so good. I know you'll really love the Queen. I think I showed the Queen of Wands in your Discord.
I think so.
Um and I think you'd really love the Queen of Wands because I don't know, it just she looks really regal and the
Ooh.
sunflowers just make the card look so freaking great. I'm just trying to find it actually. Um,
Luke said he interpreted the question as like decks that you backed.
oh, oh, here we go. Here's the Queen of
Oh, I
Wands.
do love that.
And
It
look at
looks like
the oh
a
the
storybook cover.
sunflower. This is Pride and Prejudice by
Oh,
Jane
I
Austen.
hate that book. But yeah.
But it looks nice though,
Gorgeous
like the
artwork.
interpretation of it looks so
Oh
good.
yeah. Yeah,
And I just
100%.
yeah, I love it. And
Is
there's
there a
still a
black cat
cat.
in there?
Yes, but
You read my
it's I
mind.
don't know if you can see it, but it's uh like sculpted into the it's like
Oh,
sculpted
I
into the
love
I
that.
know, right? It's so good. It's like kind of hidden, but not really. I'm in love with this deck. I was so happy that I went and I bought it because
Perfect gift from you to you.
I know. Oh, and the King of Pentacles is the picture of Dorian Gray.
Oh, I love. Ooh, would I consider Dorian Gray the King of Pentacles?
I like it. I kind of really like it because
I
like
don't hate it.
because he's like I feel like he's the epitome of like wealth and the way he
Yeah,
got his wealth with his picture and youth, wealth and youth,
yeah.
with the picture and everything. I think that's really good. And the eyes are gold, like they put gold in the eyes. So like
Oh, that's
you,
cool.
it's so cool. Like the details in this are so great. I love it so much. We have War of the Worlds for the King
Oh,
of
I
Wands.
love War of the Worlds. I like H.G. Wells's like books in general. Time Machine, War of the Worlds. They were
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, I'm absolutely in love with this deck so much. Like, oh my god.
I can't wait to see like when you get to the point of doing one, like your week in tarot with that one. I would love to. I bet you'll just be falling in
Yes.
time.
I
Uh,
know. I know.
I look forward to that.
I started working on the series for next year, so I'm like working on it so I can have a few different decks already ready to go for the new year or whatever, but
Okay,
yeah, I this is going to be really great.
that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, but I'm gonna start using it now for the tarot challenge that we're doing in your Discord. This
Oh,
is the
that's the
deck
deck
I'm
you're gonna
changing
switch
to.
to. Oh,
Yeah,
okay, nice.
because I really
Um,
wanted to use it.
I don't blame you. So I did go off of deck backs.
Okay, so you actually read the question properly.
I was like, but But then when both you and Luke were like, no, I read it this way. And I was like, God, are we all wrong now?
I clearly did not listen properly to Livy's video, and I apologize.
Well, it was because also we had two at one point that we were deciding between, and then we went with
Yeah.
Livy's, and then like, anyways. So
Yeah.
one of the ones I chose two because I was just like, this is such a weird question. So I just want to like, so I chose the Dark Reflections.
Oh yes,
because
of course.
the backs are just okay. Let me get it. There we go. Look at that. They look like so. You can interpret it,
right? Spot glossed, right? They're spot glossed, right? Nice.
Yep.
I love that.
And it looks like so. It can look like a spider web. That's kind of like the vibe it gives off. But then it also looks like cracks in like a wall or something. Which is when I thought about it, I was like, that makes way more sense because this is a shadow work deck. So I was like, you know, it's like the cracks in the facade or cracks in the psyche kind of thing. So I really, let me make sure I'm putting this back in right. Okay. So I really, really like that. And then another one that I like is my Wandering Spirit deck. The backs are just so beautiful, like the colors, and this is like, wait, there we go. This is like foiled, but lightly like matte foiling.
So nice, yes.
And it just has, it's hard to capture on camera, but I have a slightly better camera now, so you can probably tell. But there's like a lot of depth in there. It's just really intricately designed, which, I mean, I expect nothing less from a fashion designer.
True, yeah.
But yeah, those were the deck backs that I chose.
Good choices. I really like them. Yeah, and I was gonna say the same thing, that it looks like for the Dark Reflections, I was gonna say that it looks like fractures. They're like fractures.
Because at first glance, like when I first got it or when I saw it online, I was like, oh, spider webs, it's creepy. It's supposed to be all macabre and whatever. And then like after going through the guidebook and stuff like that, and then actually using it because I used it for the October challenge, I was like, I think these are like fractures or cracks.
Yeah,
that makes more sense.
It could also be like a cracked mirror in a way.
Yeah, that's kind of
yeah.
So I really cool. I like the backs of them because that was, I think, probably one of the few decks where I was like, I actually had to think about what the design might be and evaluate it. So that it was a thoughtful process.
Yeah, that's good. Good choices. Very good choices.
All right, question 5. We have a specific Oracle deck you are thankful for.
Okay, I chose 2.
Okay.
I chose like an old one and a new one, or an older one in my collection and a newer one in my collection. But they're on the same topic.
Okay.
And they're on the topic of shadow work. So of course I went with the Earth, Moon, and Shadow Oracle. Gotta shout out.
Shameless plug.
Such a great deck from Serafina, who owns Ruin Vervain. I love this so much. And I'm sure everyone has seen this by now. So yes.
And I think the new one is coming out this coming year, isn't it?
Yeah, so the Kickstarter for the tarot is coming in the summer of 2024, and the new edition will be in that Kickstarter, I believe.
Oh, okay.
How they're doing it. So I think they're doing the tarot and the second edition in the same Kickstarter. From what I understand anyway. Don't quote me on that though.
Okay.
And that
sounds about right. No, I was gonna say that sounds familiar. I couldn't remember.
Though she did do a pre-order for 100 copies, I think. So you could have gotten, like, if someone really wanted the second edition right away, you could have gotten it then when she did that pre-order. But I think that pre-order is done already. So
yeah.
And then the second one is this one. This is Between the Worlds. Shadow casting with Bone and Curio Oracle cards. I actually got this from Red Feather. They sent it to me for review. I actually reached out to them and asked if they could send it to me so I could feature it in my spooky month, which didn't really go well because I got sick and stuff. But I
Yeah.
did end up filming this and featuring it before I got sick, luckily. But this one's really cute. It's a small little deck. It just has like bones in it, random little knickknack, the typical things you would have in like a bone casting or like a charm set kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the guidebook, okay, the guidebook is where it's at with this damn deck. Like, look at this chunker of a
Oh
guidebook.
yeah. Oh my gosh.
And every single card has a story. So she wrote literally a story, little short story for every single
Oh.
card, which is really cool. You really get to
Hmm.
like know the card through
Yeah.
like a different means of getting to know the card. You have the item itself, the message. Most of these are items that she has in her own collection
Hmm.
that she picked up. She tells you where she found them or what they represent and things like that for her specifically. You have the oracle message, you have the advice upright and reverse, and you have journaling questions, which I really love.
Oh,
So a lot of time
that's
was spent on
nice.
this guidebook and it's absolutely fantastic. I really want to deep dive this because it's just so cool and
Yeah.
so interesting. It's very different from what I've seen in other kinds of decks, and I was really intrigued by it because I don't know, I feel like it's more unique in the Oracle world.
It is.
So,
Um, I
yeah,
could
that's
really
what I really
see.
liked it.
Um, I could really see using that to like support my bone set.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, "Wow, I haven't been working much with my bone set, and I haven't
Mhm.
really added anything or changed it up in quite a while." So
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta work on that for 2024 and figure out ways to utilize it more. And I wonder if like I could find some correlation between that and the actual set. I have to
I
think about
think
it.
I feel like you definitely could. I would suggest probably looking at my unboxing probably before you actually make a
Yeah,
decision to look more into the cards and see how the cards could fit in your set and then the guidebook and stuff. But I think that would be a really cool idea, in my
I
opinion.
think so too. So I definitely got to look through your unboxing and just kind of sit with the idea for a little bit and see
Yeah.
how it pans out. But
Hmm.
when you showed me or when I saw you got that, I was like, oh, I really love this idea.
Yeah, I know. Me too. That's why I picked it up. Because for me specifically, I would never have like an actual physical bone or charm set. Like that's not really my thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is a nice thing to have as like a card deck if you're not
Mhm.
really into having like physical
Actual bones.
actual bones. Yeah, I feel like this is
Mhm.
a great option in my opinion, for
Yeah.
people that are not so comfortable getting into that side of divination, but still
Yeah.
think it's really cool and are kind of curious about it. Just want to have like card
Like
set version of
stepping
that
in
like me.
into the shallow end a little bit just to
Yeah,
test the waters. Yeah.
exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
I get
So,
it.
yeah. What about you?
Um,
What oracle deck did
I,
you pick?
I really did. I was trying really hard, but I went with Earthman and Shadow. This deck really is the one that like I would say over the year, even though we got this 2 years ago, over last year
Yeah.
was really the deck that um I like to use as my. It's kind of like my all around Shadow deck, in my
Mhm.
opinion.
Yeah.
Because I before I got the Dark Reflections, I don't really have many shadowy kind of tarot
Mhm.
cards, and I definitely didn't have any oracle cards. So I found that I was using this a lot, and I ended up like trying to purposefully not use it. But this thing is just, it goes so well with a lot of different situations, and it pairs
Yeah.
well with a lot of different cards that I have.
Mhm.
Um, and I feel like I know you have it, but I don't think we pulled any cards out to
No,
show.
I didn't pull any
But
cards though.
they're just so like the art in them is just very,
Yeah.
for me, thought provoking, and I relate a lot to them. They're very
Mhm.
meaningful to me in a lot of ways that other cards are not. Not that they're. It's very hard to explain. I don't.
Yeah.
It's similar to like the This Might Hurt Tarot, where it's just like a visceral reaction to the cards, and
Yeah.
there's really no rhyme or reason to it. And I have not found anything that has replaced this or is similar enough that
Yeah.
does what this does for me.
Yeah, I remember when
So,
you backed it, when you talked about backing it or whatever, or when you backed it and you were like, "Oh my god, I think I'm gonna back this," and you're showing
yeah.
photos, and I was like, "Yeah, you should back this," and then you ended up
Yeah.
backing it.
I I think that, and I backed something else. I backed the Wandering Spirit, but
Yeah.
I backed a lot of stuff actually. But I think that was probably the Earthman and Shadow was probably the best thing that I backed in 2022. Or was that in 2022?
Wasn't
Yeah,
it
I think
was
so.
it 2022 or 2021?
I don't know, but it was the best thing that I backed that I
No,
got in
no, it was last year. It was
2022.
last year. It was last year. It was last summer.
Last summer, yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
the summer of 2022. No, didn't you get it in like the fall?
I don't remember. I wrote it down
Oh,
somewhere. I
damn.
would have to look, but I do think I got it in either late summer or fall.
Yeah,
But
I would have to see when you sent me the second copy
I
that
actually
you
can
got.
look to see when I
Yeah.
backed it. Let me see. Gotta sign in. This is a lot. Okay. So Earthman and Shadow.
Yeah, it was last year because the deck I put. So you sent me the second copy, and I posted 11 months ago. So
Oh my god, yeah.
December 12th, 2022. So yeah, it was last year. Damn, time has passed
Wow.
so fast. Like what? It's
God,
almost a
that's
year.
crazy.
Yeah.
I did not. It doesn't feel like I had it that long, but then it also feels like I had it forever. It's very, very interesting. Yeah. Oh, November 2022 is um when I got it.
Yeah.
Aw, okay.
Yeah.
Man. So over a year, like I've officially been within the year mark. No, two. Wait, no, a year. It's
Yeah.
not 2024 yet. I'm already getting rid of this garbage ass year. So I was like, oh, it's 2024. So Luke
Mm.
said that he loves his Gothic Oracle deck because of
Yes.
the art and the keywords. And that's the one that he uses as his designated Shadow Work deck.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
That was the one that was made from curated art from oh god, what's that artist? She also has a tarot. Um but the tarot is just like pips. It's like a pip deck.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember. Luke, who's the artist again for the Gothic Oracle? Let us know cuz I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
All right. Let's go on to question 6.
Mm.
A guidebook or cartomancy book you're thankful for because it enriched your practice.
So I picked 3 books. One is like a guidebook type of thing, and the other
Yeah.
2 are more like deep dive. They're both deep dive kind of practice. Yes, Anne Stokes. Thank you. Yes.
And oh yeah, oh gosh, I like knew that, but I could not place it. That name.
I couldn't remember. Yeah, there's also a
Yeah.
tarot also that has her curated art.
Mm-hmm.
Cuz her art was taken to make a deck, but it wasn't made like it wasn't made for the deck. It's just
Yes.
curated art. So yeah. But the oracle looks really good. Better than the tarot, that's for sure, because the tarot is just a straight up pip deck.
Mm. Mm. Not a fan.
So the first book I chose was the Fearless Tarot. This is by Elliot Adam. This is published by Llewellyn.
Mm-hmm.
I love this guidebook. It is so good. It goes into every single card, but it kind of teaches you how to see the card from a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
In the sense that people just fear some cards, right? People fear like
Yeah.
the swords, for example, or like
Yep.
the
Tower.
devil, the death, the tower card. And this like puts it reframes it in a way that shows you that there's nothing to fear, which I really love. I've never feared
Yeah.
any cards anyway, but it's a great I do recommend this when people are like fearful of like certain cards and
Getting
things like
certain
that
cards.
and like the
Mhm.
meaning of certain cards, because this is like a really great option. But it does it
What made
in a
you?
way that's like not overly positive. It
Yeah,
still gives you the meaning of the card, but it
it's
just
practical, but
yes, it allows you
yeah.
to reframe your mindset and your perspective of the card. That way, there's nothing to fear in that
What
sense.
made you get that? Considering you don't really have that issue.
I wanted it just to see. I heard really good things about it, and I wanted to add it to my book collection because I always love having. I love having books. Obviously, you can see the
Yeah,
the shelves
never
behind
would
me,
have guessed that.
but I just sometimes I really like to just have it to like show people and be like, look, there's nothing to fear from a card. Like just
Okay.
change your mindset a bit about what's going on. But also to recommend it because I wanted to read it and recommend it to see how good it was, if it was actually like not like
Living up to
overly
the hype.
positive, but like it's still practical and whatnot. Because I had
Mhm.
heard good things. I actually just bought his Tarot in Love, which is reading the cards more based on like a relationship kind of point of view. So love readings
Mhm.
and things like that. And I really like this book a lot, and that so I picked up that other book. It was on my wish list to see how he interprets the cards in that sense.
Mhm.
And then in terms of deep diving tarot, I wanted to talk about these two books. So Connecting with the Tarot, which is a guide for bonding with your deck. This is written by Don Michelle, who
Mhm.
is the
Oh
owner of
yeah.
Don Michelle Tarot, previously
Yeah.
known as um, Boho Tarot. Her group is still Boho Tarot on Facebook.
Mhm.
And I actually had her older version of this. So she had
Oh.
another version. I have it on my shelf, an older version of this. And this is like the recent it's she made it into a smaller book and she like revamped it and whatnot,
Okay.
added a few extra things. But she goes through every single card and gives you questions to answer and things like that. And you can literally deep dive all the cards. There's
Mm.
spreads in here, path working. It's like a really interesting way to like think about the cards in a different
Mhm.
sense, but answer questions to like learn a specific deck more deeply. So if you have a
Yeah.
deck that's a little bit more challenging to understand, I feel like this is great.
Oh. Okay.
And you can only get this on Amazon if you want a physical copy because it's through Amazon printing or
Uh.
whatever. And
Yeah.
there's an ebook version also that you can get on Amazon as well. So
Okay.
if you want the ebook, and then obviously decoding the cards does the same
Yeah.
thing, but
Mhm.
it does it in a way that's really interesting. So, for example, it'll go through the cards, give you like interpretation, things like that. And I
Mhm.
did deep dive this on my channel and show like what you can expect. But it has
Yeah.
like the typical things that I tell people to put in a tarot journal. It has that. So, what is your
Oh.
interpretation? What does this card mean to you?
Mhm.
What does it mean to have it when reversed? So what does it mean when it's reversed for
Mhm.
you? What about the traditional meaning doesn't resonate with you? What other
Oh, I like
impressions do you
that.
have about the card?
Mhm.
What affirmation does the card inspire in you? So you can even create your own affirmation based on the card. And then you have like, how could you utilize it in a reflection or ritual? So if you're someone who likes to use tarot and ritual or magic, you
Uh-huh.
can do that. It also has some exercises on how to read two cards together. So it gives you
Oh,
examples of
nice.
two cards and it tells you how would you read them together. And then you have like deeper understanding. And for example, this was the sun. So it says like what fills you with positivity, so you can answer more, deeply. How can you celebrate
Mm.
your hard work? How can you bring more freedom to your life? How can you connect with your inner child? And these questions here in the deeper understanding change and match the card you're talking about. So every card is different for the deeper understanding to match more the card that you're looking at in the book. And I really really love this. I was so when they asked me to review it, I was like, wow. And then when I got it, I wasn't sure what to expect, honestly, to be
Yeah.
honest with this book. I thought it was just going to be like just like a book with keywords and meanings and things. I didn't expect it to be like a full on journal deep dive kind of
Workbook
thing. So
kind
I
of.
was very impressed when I got it. It's really great. This is by Ritual Planner, by the way, so you can only get it on their website.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They sent it to me because I have the deck. So the cards in here that are viewed in here is actually from their deck, the Modern
Oh.
Neo Tarot. So that's why they
Hmm.
sent it to me. But it's so good, such a good book. So yeah, and you can get 15% off if you shop via my link and use my code. Just so you know,
I
small
might
little
consider
shameless
that.
plug. Small little shameless
Hey, no plug is shameless.
plug.
I might have to do that. I do want to read some more like tarot books. I have some that I
Hmm.
have, but like I don't know. It's very interesting because books that feel more like textbooky, I like to use
Yeah,
as reference. So
yeah.
periodically like I'll go through if I just like every once in a while I feel like I'll struggle with a card for some reason,
Hmm.
and I like to go back to this is the ultimate guide to Rider-Waite tarot, because I mentioned that my first deck was Rider-Waite. So whenever I feel like I'm
Yeah.
hitting like a weird wall or having trouble with something, I like to kind of go back to the basics.
Hmm.
So this is more of a reference book to me. There are some things that I like um I made some not notes in, but like things that I highlighted. So I've like periodically gone through. I'm trying to find where I've highlighted some stuff so I can like just show you, but I'll just show you a page. So it's broken up into two pages. The This page is the main overview of the card. It has
Hmm.
like numbers associated with the images, and then underneath it has basic meaning, like the spiritual experience, using it as a card of the day,
Hmm.
as a prognosis or tendency for love and relationships, for
Hmm.
success, happiness. And then over here, this is where you have all of the breakdown of the symbolism in the card, down to the colors,
Yeah.
the objects in it, shapes, people, stuff like that.
Yeah. We were actually just talking about this book in your Discord. I actually recently found out that the symbolism part, apparently all of it is wrong.
All of
Uh
it?
Apparently it's all made up by the author. The author made up everything in there.
Oh, that's so disappointing.
Yeah, I just found that out not that long ago. I watched recently, what did I watch? I watched Three Fat Readers, and
Oh,
they
they
were
were talking
talking about it
about it?
because they were talking about it because Toshin is actually releasing a deluxe box set, and Toshin, they do like really luxurious kind of books and things, and they were releasing their own Rider-Waite Smith deck, and that author of that book is supposed to be doing the book of that Toshin is releasing. And Dustin was like, he was, because he's supposed to be receiving that deluxe set for review, and he was commenting on how like he's a little weary about that author because the book that they had written on the Rider-Waite Smith, apparently the symbolism part of the book, they just
Which
like
is like
pulled
literally
stuff
the
out
whole
of
book.
their butt apparently, and I was like, oh, okay. Because
Oh
I
no.
thought it was a good book too, and then I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, been
Oh, how
recommending things that
interesting.
are is not great.
That's not good. But I
Yeah.
will say that despite that, I will take back recommending the book then. But I will say, like, just going through the exercises of
Yeah.
pulling out things that stand out and what it means or how it's making me feel,
Yeah.
because I think that I've found that to be very helpful in
Mhm.
regards to having so many other decks with so many other styles and how they read differently because
Yeah.
of what I'm pulling out of their artwork. So
Mhm.
I guess despite that, I still took something away from it, I guess.
But I feel like that happens a lot with many books, in my opinion. Like, I feel like we get a book and it enriches our practice in some way, and we're thankful for that. And then we find out like the book isn't wasn't really the greatest book, but it still had some place in like your
Uh-huh.
practice. So I think that's still important in my opinion, even though, but I feel
Yeah,
like book that happens with a lot of books. Like look at the books that are older than all of us in this conversation. Like
that's true. That's
they
true.
enrich someone's practice at one point, but then we
Yep.
look at them now and we're like, well,
You're like so
probably not
antiquated. We don't use those words anymore.
probably not the best book to be looking at, but we all grow and we learn, and I think that's really
Yeah.
the point of reading and stuff like that. So,
Yeah,
but
that's very true. So I'll consider that. I do
yeah,
have some other books that I want to go through, but I haven't like finished the Tarot of or the Tower of Interpretations or whatever or
oh
Interactions.
yes,
The Interactions
interactions, yeah.
book. I've kind of gone through it piece by piece.
Mhm,
I'm very weird about like learning books for some reason. I like to
mhm.
just read them in pieces and use
Yeah,
them
that's
almost
okay.
like a textbook. So it's very rare for me to just sit through and go through an actual
Yeah.
tarot book.
Is there any other
Um,
books that you want to read that you?
so I do want to go through that a little more, and then I do want to revisit my Tarot by Numbers book.
Oh yes,
Um,
love that book.
I have that, and I should have grabbed it, but it's fine.
Yeah.
I like that because it is also a reference book, so it's like I can go through. It's set up similarly in the sense that like it has like the information in the front, and then it goes through and does a breakdown
Yeah.
by each number.
Yeah.
So I do want to go through that again. It's one of those things where I think it's just as I grow, I kind of go back and reevaluate how the things fit in, right?
Mhm.
So I think that'll be one of the things that I want to do for next year. But then
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of tarot books actually, but I
Okay.
really, a lot of them are like, like Tarot for Self Care. There's that one, and the few that you mentioned. And
Mhm.
I'm just like, how is this gonna help me? I'm very stingy when it comes to buying books. Sorry, Luna. Um, so I'll think about it. I'll think about it. I
Yeah.
did look through some flip throughs and stuff like that, and I think
Mhm.
maybe that's what I want to focus on for 2024 in terms of my tarot stuff.
Yeah. That's good. I like that though.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Question 7. A spread you're thankful for.
Okay, I can't show the spread, but the spread I'm thankful for is the deck interview spread by the current hermit. So that's the underscore current underscore hermit on Instagram. And her spread is amazing. It's the spread I use all the time when I do deck interviews. It's the spread that I always recommend when someone's looking for a deck interview spread. Always the spread that I look for and want and stuff like that. I love it. It's my favorite spread.
Um,
So,
is it a
yeah,
7 card spread?
no, it's 5
No,
cards.
5. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to find it.
Maybe
Interview
not.
spread by the
Oh yes,
current
I
hermit.
found it. So I'll put a link in the in the thing for people if they want to.
Okay.
If you wanted to talk to it, I could do like a share screen thing.
Oh yeah, sure.
It's
Oh, yeah.
try it out. uh, let's see. I think I can, anyways. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe
Yes.
not.
Okay, that's okay. But if someone
Yeah.
wanted to click on it, they could.
Oh, yeah, I definitely can. Here it
Okay.
is. Okay.
Yeah, so good. I love it so much. Pretty much the questions are like, what is the energy of this deck? What is my initial energy when I interact with this deck? What might I learn about myself when using this deck? What kind of growth might this deck inspire in me? And then a card of the day. I typically don't do the fifth card because I don't care about the card of the day. So I usually
Oh
do
yeah.
questions 1 to 4. But if you were planning to do like a card of the day, you could answer number 5. Like if this was like a new deck, but you hadn't done any daily card pulls yet, you could do number 5. I don't typically do number 5. I typically only do the first 4, but this is the spread that I recommend all the time. Anytime someone was looking for a new to interview deck spread, I always give this one because I love it. She also has a check-in spread if you haven't worked with a specific deck in a while. It's 3 cards. I would just recommend just going to her Instagram
Yeah,
and
here it is.
following her and checking out the spreads. She puts out spreads all the time for different things, and I think the spreads that she creates is fantastic. So that would be my favorite and most thankful spread, I think.
I like that spread because it's not as woo woo as some of the other interview spreads. Like, I don't really enjoy the personification of tarot, so that's what a lot of spreads
Yeah.
have for deck
Yeah.
interviews.
Yes.
So I really do appreciate that one as
Me
an
too.
interview spread, even though I don't really do that anymore.
I love it. From time to time, it's a nice bonding exercise when you're trying to get to
Yeah,
know a deck, in my opinion. So
I yeah, I used to, and then after a while, I really found that I enjoy just kind of diving in and getting a feel of, you know.
yeah.
Sometimes a deck interview feels like small talk, and I'm like, ugh. Like, I'd rather have a nice conversation and, you know, just use it
Small
and get
talk.
all my thingies in there. But
Screw the small talk.
I know. But I still do like that spread a lot. So if
Yeah.
I ever did consider doing that, then I think that would be
The
the
one.
spread that I guess. Mhm.
Yeah.
So for me, this was hard. So I don't really think I'm thankful for a spread, but I kind of thought of it more of what spreads excite me to use, or how they have influenced my
Yeah.
thought process in reading. So for the first part, like ones that I'm excited to use, especially next year with wanting to get into journaling, is the decks. Sorry, it's hard because of the lights. Let me move my face out of the way. So this is from the Dark Reflections. There are 4
Yes.
different shadow work spreads that I really like. And then
Yeah.
the thing is, there's like a basic 3-card shadow work one, uncovering the source, points of view, and then self-care. So it almost feels like a cycle, right? Where you're starting to open things up and then you finish off with a little self-care at the end. So I'm looking forward to trying these out over next year. And then the other one is actually from the Endless Oracle.
Yes.
This actually has really influenced how I read the cards to some degree. So there's a few spreads in here, but the premise of this deck is basically to form a giant picture as you lay the cards out, and then what that picture forms. But they have these. Hold on, this isn't it. They have two spreads in here that are very similar, but one is the crossroad spread, where basically you have all of the cards, like in the middle you have your crossroad, and then you have one path, and then you have the other path.
Okay.
And
Cool.
I actually have used this quite often in tarot, not even just with this, where but instead of like in that spread you pull out the crossroads card and then you lay out your other cards, but instead the way that I do it in tarot, I ask what is my crossroad, and then I'll lay out the cards. So
Okay. I like that. That's
one.
actually really cool. I'm sure that looks really good with the Oracle itself, right? Because it has that
Oh,
panoramic.
amazing. Yes.
Panoramic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually use these spreads a lot with the Prisma Visions deck because it has that same sort of feel.
That and Cosmo, both of them have that panoramic kind of,
And then this one is kind of the opposite, but it looks exactly the same. This is the bridge spread, where you have you have the bridge in the center, and then you have 2 things things on this side, things on that side, and the bridge is what connects those together. So I don't use that one quite as much. But it's like drawing correlations between, you could I think I've used it like to understand the bridge between different parts of myself for example.
That's so good.
Where
That's so good.
yeah, you know, like, and I was
Mhm.
just like, these decks or these spreads are like, Eric Mayal just knocked it out of the park with them. I love them
Yeah.
so much. I and it doesn't have to be with just his deck. That's what really makes it a great spread.
Mhm.
So I'll use them with other oracle. Sometimes I'll use his oracle and then pair it with the tarot
Mhm.
for extra, you know, oomph. But love them. I love them so much.
Yeah. That's so good. And you know me, I love a spread. I have a phone, so you know.
You
When
have so many
you have like
spreads, so many spread books.
so many spread books. I'm still missing a couple spread books that have that I need to get. Spreads are life, people. Spreads are life. Spreads are-
I don't
And if they don't
generally
use
use the
spreads,
spread.
yeah, but that's the thing. People say they don't use spreads, but the thing is, asking one question and pulling 3 cards, that's technically a spread, my friend. It's a
It
spread.
is. It is. I, I guess technically what I mean is I don't use like
Structured
pre-structured
spreads, yeah.
spreads very
Structured
often,
spreads, yeah.
but every once in a while, like the two in that book, it really are
Yeah,
just too good
so
to
good.
pass up. And it also has like made me more thoughtful about how I do my readings, because I generally almost always pull an odd number of cards, and then like sometimes you can see things as like a flow or a progression, and other times it's like that middle card is really the key between the left and the right hand, you know. So
Yeah.
I think it's really shaped a little bit of how I've grown and changed with my reading styles as well.
Yeah.
Love it. All right, we have our last one,
Oh my
which
god,
is
yeah.
a person or multiple that you are thankful for being part of the tarot community.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people that obviously I'm thankful for. You, for example,
Yeah,
and
of course you.
Steph, Luke,
Yes,
Alana, Midnight, Anna, like so many people that I'm
I
thankful for
know.
within our group that we talk to all the time.
Yes.
But I thought about this question more in terms of new relationships. So like new people that have come into my life or people who I've been talking to way more and developed a
Yeah.
new relationship with within our tarot community and that I wanted to talk about. So two people specifically that I wanted to shout out, obviously. The first would be Grounded by the Moon. So Joseph, he owns Grounded by Moon on Instagram. Really nice guy. We talk a lot about like tarot and like reviewing things, and we like share our opinions on different decks and books and things like
Mhm.
that. So talking with him has been fantastic. He actually owns 2 decks.
Oh.
Um, yeah, well, no, he has more than 2 decks, but 2 decks specifically that have been out for a while, which
Oh.
are the
Okay.
Practical Magic, Inner Witch, Tarot, and Oracle. Um,
Oh.
just a sneak peek. He sent me those 2 decks for review, so you'll be
Uh
seeing those
oh.
soon. I haven't received them yet, but as soon as I
Okay.
receive them, you'll be seeing those soon. And then he obviously has like the set that you could get that he just did a Kickstarter for, I think in the summer or in the beginning of the year or something. I
Uh
don't even remember, but I think it was this year, which is like they're like grimoire decks. One
huh.
is
Ooh.
specifically on like animals and fauna, and the other one is specifically on crystals, and then another one's on herbs. And you can get them separately at the Kickstarter. It was a box set, but now you can pre-order them separately. As you're watching this, the pre-order closes for that, by the way, just to let you know, on the
Oh,
12th. So if you're interested, get
hop
go
on it.
visit his website because yeah, and he's having a sale which also ends on the 12th. So definitely check out his website if you're interested in that as well. But he's a really great guy. I really recommend following him on Instagram because really great stuff. He posts some really interesting things. So yeah.
Yeah.
And then the second person, I'm hoping that she's still in the chat. She was in here earlier. I don't know if she had to go or what, but
Violet.
Tara,
Oh, Tara.
Tara, yeah, Tarot from Cozy Core Tarot. Um, she's Canadian, and you know me, I love plugging my my
Oh
Canadian
yeah.
friends, my Canadian YouTuber friends. Her channel is small, but definitely go follow her. She is absolutely amazing. We talk about sometimes absolutely nothing. It's like just random conversations, but we have a lot of things in common, and I've really been enjoying talking with her about random things, tarot related things, not tarot related things, Canadian things. It's just been so fun, and she's really great. There she is.
Yep. I just
Yes.
subscribed.
Yeah, her channel is really good. She does like hauls, and then she does like when she gets to the new deck, sometimes she has a series called Pleased to Meet You, where she like
Oh,
goes
that's
through
so
the deck,
cute.
and it's really, really, really great. I love it. She just did a video on winter decks that she just posted. I watched it. I think it was yesterday, and so good. But yes, I really thankful for the two new people I've been talking to the most, and of course, I'm thankful for all the other people that I named earlier, like you and our collabs and doing this every
Yeah,
month. Like I still can't believe that we celebrated 1 year in
I
in the
know.
summer. Oh my god, it was so great. But yeah,
That's. I was just telling someone. I was. I told you I was driving home
yeah.
today, and I was like, "Yeah, I can't come to dodgeball practice because I have my podcast with my friend." And they're like, "A podcast?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, something we've been doing for a little bit." And they're like, "How long?" I was like, "Over a year." I was like, "It's crazy,
I
over a
know.
year."
I know, it's so great. We have such a good time with these things, and I just love them. So,
Hmm.
yeah. Okay, now who are you thankful for?
So, I'm of course you guys, you and like all of our normal crew.
Yeah,
I mean, you guys have really made learning tarot and talking about tarot just like so much fun. So,
for sure. For
um,
sure.
I also really want to give a shout out to Violet because
Yes,
she's
Violet is
just so
great.
sweet and her videos are just she just has the most like effervescent kind of like energy and I love her style of reading is
Mhm.
really awesome, but it's so different from mine. I feel like
Yeah.
that I really enjoy watching her
Mhm.
give her readings. Um, and then I do want to give a shout out to um, oh my gosh, my name's struggling. I'm struggling right now.
Yeah, it's
This is
okay.
what
Sometimes it's
happens.
hard to remember
Yes, it's hard to remember, like
YouTube names. YouTube names
yes,
sometimes.
exactly. Oh, uh, Aquamarine. I think her
Oh,
name is
yes.
Aquamarine Books and Tarot. I think, or Aquamarine. Uh, Aquamarine. I'm gonna search. It
Yeah.
showed me the Aquamarine movie. That's so funny.
That movie's
Um,
good though. That movie's
I
good.
love that movie. Can't tell me shit about that movie. Aquamarine 18 Tarot and Books.
Yeah,
So,
that's
um,
Rochelle, no? Rochelle? No,
yes.
that's
No.
Laura.
Yes, Laura, Laura.
Laura.
Um,
Yeah, that's
I'm so
Laura.
bad with like, listen, I can barely
I try very hard to remember everyone's name.
I can barely remember names of people that I literally play on a dodgeball team with that I see once a week in person. To
That's
remember
so
a
bad. Oh
username
my god,
and
Brittany.
listen, it's too much. It's so bad. It's so bad.
At least
Um,
those people you see all the time.
but to remember names and usernames, it's beyond my
Yeah.
mental
Yeah, that's Laura.
capability.
Yeah, her channel's great. So
I
good.
love Laura's channel. I steal so many tarot texts from her. Um, she's also on the Discord, so I love chatting with her.
Oh,
She
yeah.
just has like so yeah. So if you get the chance to check out her channel, she has like really thoughtful like
Mhm.
responses to a lot of these different tags, and
Yes.
she'll do like monthly recaps and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So just go ahead and check her out. We have like I like her because we have like just similar enough like opinions on things, but hers are different enough that it's interesting to watch
Yeah.
and hear. Um, so I really like her and want to shout her out. And then who else? I feel like there's so many people, but
So many people. I'm like
I
subscribed to
know
so many channels, honestly, and they're all great. I love them all.
they are like there's not enough time in the day, right? Oh, and I guess another member of the Discord is Dor. She's so fun. She does like creative writing stuff.
Yeah.
So she gives me the inspiration for that side of things that's really new to me in regards to like the tarot and creative writing, because I feel like
Yeah.
I'm very bad at that. So really appreciative of the both of them, and it's so nice to meet you as well, Tara. So happy everybody's like coming together. It's super fun.
I know. I love it. It's so great.
I know. So, oh, and I do want to say, like, I'm so grateful too for Serafina from Room Vervain. She's
Oh my
just
God,
so
yes.
kind, and like, uh, she just I love the energy that she gives off, and
Yeah, me
of
too.
course because I love her deck to bits and pieces, that that helps.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
yeah, I'll also say too, Eric Mael, if you ever follow him on Instagram, I don't like chat with him, but I do really
Mm,
enjoy watching his content, watching how he posts like
yeah.
his updates, and seeing the how the sausage is made, so to speak, of his deck.
Yeah.
Um,
I
he
think
did
I
the Ink Witch Tarot.
Yeah, and I think that's what he's been posting recently because I follow him
'Cause
on Instagram, and I think
yeah,
recently he's been posting updates on that.
yeah. I think because he just did his re-release or second edition.
Yes.
So he's been posting a lot of the, behind the scenes
Mhm.
of that. He also recently did an update to his Endless Oracle. He added some bonus cards. So I got
Yes.
those.
Yes,
And
like
then
an expansion pack, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was a little expansion pack. And then he's working on a tarot to go with the Endless Oracle.
Yeah. Has he been posting anything about the tarot though? I don't think I've seen anything about
No,
it.
not in a while. I might pester him and be like, I want to see more. um,
I know there's so many people working on decks, and I'm just like, show me my
I know.
precious. I'm like Lord of the Rings, I
Exactly. I'm
love
like,
the Lord of the Rings.
give us more. But yeah, I'm really, it's really nice to be able to see and interact with a lot of the creators of the decks that I really love so much. And
Yeah.
um, I just wanted to shout those two out.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love it.
hmm
I love
Yep.
it. And I subscribe to all those people you talked about anyway.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I also really love Violet's channel,
Oh,
when she does
yeah.
readings and things. It's so fun because she does it differently than other people who give readings. When I see
Yeah.
people do readings, she'll do like sometimes she'll do like readings where she's live actually giving the reading, and other times
Yeah.
she'll just have like a really chill like typed readings, and she'll just have like lo-fi
Yeah.
music. And I'm like just
That's
sitting
so
there. Sometimes I'll just
cool.
read and I'm just like listening to
Yeah.
vibing to the music or
It's
whatever.
such a cool, like, her readings are really, there are very few people that I'll like just have their readings on in the background. Her
Yeah.
and Dr. Mystical,
Yeah.
I just love their energy, and I can literally like clean my house to their tarot readings.
Yeah.
um, just
Yeah.
Oh, I will say I'm so thankful that Dr. Mystical's coming out of the abyss to grace us with his presence on YouTube again. So I'm looking forward to him in 2024.
Why, he's been really busy? I subscribe to him, but I don't know if I watched anything from him in a while.
I guess he's been really busy.
Oh, okay.
I just know he took like a bit of a break, and uh, he actually is the reason I do live streams on YouTube. Literally, like
Yes, I remember you telling me this in the beginning when we
I
first
saw
started
like
talking.
I saw a video where like he was talking with another live streamer, but he was a Twitch person,
Okay.
and they were just talking through it, and I was like, he makes it sound so easy. I guess I could just do it. um and also just because his channel is so welcoming, like, or his readings are
Yeah.
so welcoming. So yeah, I guess that was it. That was
Yeah.
question 8.
That was question 8.
Everything we're thankful for. um
Yeah.
I guess we could start wrapping up. So, do you have anything big you wanna give us a sneak peek of and let us know?
Well, I'm still doing my Hanukkah series on my blog, which is on
Ooh,
Substack, so you can definitely check that out. I post on Instagram, so Instagram, and then there's usually a link. If you're not following my Instagram channel, because Instagram has like channels now or whatever, I'll
yeah.
post usually the links in there, so you can just click them and go read it.
Mhm.
They're for spreads that I created for Hanukkah, which I really love.
That's so
And
fun.
then yeah, and then I have my birthday haul coming. I have a haul of the last goodies from Hay House that I've had from like October and November that I've had to put up. Um, and then yeah, a ritual planner, the wheel of the year, well, the yearly
Yeah,
2024 reading or whatever. I still have to film it, but that should be
I'm
coming
looking forward to
also
that.
this month. Yes, I'm excited because I'm excited to like use this planner for the 24. I got it like
Finally,
months.
fin
I got it literally months ago, and I've been
yeah,
wanting to use it, but it starts in January, and it's like,
yeah,
okay.
that's how mine are.
It's just sitting there and I'm like, "Ah." So, yeah, and then, I do have, 2 decks that were sent to me. They should be here this week. I've been watching the tracking, and they should be here this week.
Okay.
From Grounded by the Moon, his tarot and oracle, that are based on practical magic, if you know the book by
Mhm,
Alice Hoffman and the movie.
mhm.
Yeah, those are based on that, and I'm super excited to look at them because they look absolutely freaking beautiful. Beautiful production. So I'm excited to have those in my hand, but yeah, other than that, that's really about it,
Mhm.
for that. And yes, Tara, I'm so excited too.
I
It's a
know for
long one,
the
it's like almost 2 hours or something because
oh my god.
I go through all the so I go through all the decks, I went through all the cards. So instead of doing like individual unboxings for each deck, because I don't
Oh,
know,
it's
at the
just
end of the
all one.
year, it's just one thing because it's at the end of
Yeah,
the year, I didn't feel like filming more videos to be honest. So I just put it all in one video and then people
that's
can
fair.
watch whatever from the haul that they're interested in specifically if they want. But I'm so
Okay.
excited. Yeah. So
That
yeah.
is exciting.
What about you? What do you have? Come on, plug yourself. Tell us.
I
Tell us the
know,
tea.
right?
Tell us the
I
tea.
so surprise, surprise. I actually unsubscribed from the Witch's Moon, so I will no longer be doing Witch's Moon
Oh
unboxings.
my god.
I know. I was just like, I was
My
like,
god.
I was like,
Shocked.
just click it, just click the button. I did that because, well, one, my stash is insane. Like I have way too many things right now.
Okay.
So I want to focus on destashing and
Mhm.
possibly there are so many other witches boxes now that I want to
Yes.
kind of go a while and see what else is all out there because
Sure.
everything
Yeah, yeah.
is different from when I subscribed to the Witch's Moon. Literally, there were like three
Yeah.
boxes at the time.
Mhm.
So
There's even
there's
tarot boxes now and stuff too as
there.
well.
Yes, I think Hay
Yeah.
House has a tarot club, don't they?
They do. They have a card deck box or whatever, but it's only available for the US and it's really
Yeah,
affordable. You get 3 full-size decks for the price of
mm,
like 1, I think, which is really
yeah,
great. But you don't get extra stuff. So if you're wanting to like get the the candles and all of that, that
yeah,
does not
yeah.
come with
No, no, no.
that. But
But for a tarot thing, that's like it. That seemed like
yeah.
a good deal.
But the thing I think the box that I would love to get, but it's so expensive and I don't even know if they ship to Canada, is like 9 of Earth. And they announce
Yes,
what deck that they do every single month. So you can
yeah,
actually choose to opt in if you want that deck or not, and opt out if you're
yeah,
not interested in the deck, which I think is very interesting. You get a full size deck and then you get so many goodies that are themed around the deck. And
yes.
I think that's really
I
cool. So
that is one I've had my eye on.
mhm.
I was like, oh god, everything is so expensive.
I
So
know.
that's why I was like, I need to. If I'm gonna do that, then I need to get rid of the Witch's
Yeah.
Moon.
But that one
So
I feel like it's worth it because sometimes they do indie decks, which are
yeah,
already pricey, and the box, like the price of the box is even lower than the deck itself. So I feel like
and if I can opt in and out, that might
yeah,
be. I don't know.
I'm
I'll see.
pretty
I'll see. I
sure
gotta. I gotta think
I'm
about
pretty
it.
sure you can opt in and out. They have like a
Yeah,
time period where you can opt in to receive a box or not or whatever.
yeah,
So yeah. Yeah. And if you're not interested in the box, obviously, like if a deck
right.
doesn't appeal to you, you can be like,
Nah,
no
yeah,
thanks. Next, maybe next
I like
month. We'll
that.
see. Yeah. Which
I
is
like that option.
more my style because not everyone is into every single deck out there, right? So
Especially me. You know I'm picky. So
yes, this is better. So that feature is good for you.
yes. So there is that. I'm looking into switching that up. I do want to get into more witchy topics as well. So I
I want you to
have
get into more witchy topics too.
I know. It's
Yeah.
the apprehension because I have like a whole rhythm with what I do now and then changing it up. I'm like,
No,
so
do it. Do it. It would be so great because you're so like when you talk about witchy stuff, it's just so interesting.
yeah, I'm
Your opinion is so interesting when it comes to
thank
those things.
you. It's because I'm a
Yeah.
weirdo. I'm I'm a weird mathematician that ended up as a witch. So now I like
Yeah.
process things differently than everyone else.
That's cool.
So I do have like a deep dive on like candle magic coming out. And then I do want to do an expansion on like the sigil video that I did before.
Ooh,
Because
yes.
those are the two things that really make up like the core of my craft. So I wanted to
Mhm.
start with them and then expand out from there. I just don't know where yet.
Yes. And I love sigils. I need to show you that sigil deck that Red Feather sent me.
Oh yeah, please do.
Yeah, because it's an interesting deck.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I have those two things in the works. So keep an eye out. I have my normal Thursday night tarot time or lunar lives where I do my
Mhm.
readings.
Yes.
And then working on adding some more fun things to the Discord as well. So trying to expand while
Yeah.
also changing things up as well.
Yes, join the Discord. It's
Yes.
I think linked in the description box, right?
Yes. I think
Yes.
so.
If you're looking
Yeah.
for more Discord channel community things to
Yeah.
join the Discord. It's fun.
Yep. Super fun. I'll try to get more regular, but we do some like fun story adventures, and we're wanting to do like a study sesh for astrology. So if
Yes, I
that's
really
up
want to
your
do that
alley,
next year.
yeah, that would be really fun. Um,
When are we doing the story time for this month?
I I don't know.
We're not doing one. Sorry, guys.
Maybe not. Maybe not. I'm sorry. I got burnt out, and
No, that's
I
okay.
couldn't.
I just thought about it now because you mentioned it, and I was like, wait,
Yeah.
weren't we planning to do one this month?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can like squeeze it in and do one because they are super fun.
They're so
Um,
fun.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I hopefully I can get that done, but
If not, then
that's
the
definitely
new
something.
year, we can do something in the new year or something,
Yeah.
whatever. No big deal, in my opinion.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. So yep, those are some fun things going on. So make sure you're subscribed to Sil. Make sure you're subscribed to me. Check us out on Discord. Check out
Like
Sil's
this
Substack.
video.
Yes. Oh yeah, like this
Like
video.
this, like this
Um,
video.
And yeah, so you guys have a
Um,
rest of your Sunday fun day.
yes, have a nice Sunday, everyone.
Yep. See ya. See you in January.
Bye. See you in
So
January. See you in the new
yeah,
year.
see you in the new year. Alrighty. Bye
2024. Oh my
everyone.
God.